where are you going?
Yeah.
Okay, so last time we discussed about fragments and what is the other one? Can you still remember? The gerunds, the infinitives, I mean, the infinitives and the gerunds, right? How do we use gerunds, or what is gerund, and how do we use infinitives in a sentence? So, can you still remember our lesson last time regarding infinitives and gerund?
Yes, teacher.
So, what is about gerund? It is, is it a verb or a noun?
Verb.
How is it? It's a verb, but it will be used as a noun in a
Plus,
sentence, right? It will be used as a noun in a sentence. Well, how do we make the verb becomes a gerund?
plus ing. IN.
And yes, every time we make a sentence, we always make a verb. We add a verb with we added the verb with the ing, right? We are without us knowing that it is not actually a verb. It is not functioning as a verb, but it is actually functioning as a noun. So when we add ing from the verb, it will not function as a verb anymore, but it will become the noun in a sentence, right? So I am playing right now, something like that. Play plus ing is the gerund. How about the infinitives? Who can still remember the infinitives? What is infinitives? Anyone? Okay, look at this. So this is actually a gerund. How do we define gerund? We define gerund as a verb plus ing. So in that was actually right, with which it acts like a noun in a sentence. So it acts like a noun in a sentence. Like for example, seeing is believing. See, is a verb plus ing is believing. Believe also plus ing, right? So, believing now is not a gerund, but rather it is an adverb. It is actually an adverb. A gerund and an adverb is actually almost the same. It is actually plus ing. Running a marathon is not an easy thing to do. Run plus ing. Running is now actually not considered a verb, but rather it is actually a noun in a sentence. Same with watching TV. Watching, from the verb watch plus ing, it becomes a gerund, and now it is not functioning as a verb, but rather it is acting like a noun. So if you look at it, you can see that the verb that you can see from the sentence watching TV is sometimes harmful. The verb now is not watching, but rather the verb to be is, right? The verb to be is. Eating is always fun. If you look at the sentences, you can see that a gerund is always followed by the verb, such as the verb to be is. It can either be after the gerund. The verb can either be after the gerund or before the gerund, such as my hobby is painting, right? My hobby is painting. So you can actually see that a verb can also act like a noun, right? So when we make a sentence, we usually do this. We always add ing from the verb without us knowing that what we did was we are already using a gerund. Right? Okay, wait. So I am going to check first the attendance. I was not able to check the attendance. Mark is not yet present. I cannot see Mark. Okay.
Ma, ay, akyat na ito sa taas. Ito. Kami na lang ito.
Okay.
Ha?
Wait. So look at this. Another example of gerund wherein it is considered as a possessive noun. It is actually a possessive noun or a pronoun comes before a gerund. Possessive noun or pronoun comes before a gerund. What is possessive noun? What are the examples of possessive noun? What are the examples of pronoun? Can you still remember? Pronoun.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes,
Pronoun.
I remember.
Okay, what is the pronoun of Alfonso?
He.
He. What is the pronoun of Inda?
She.
She, right? So these are pronoun. Look at this. How about possessive noun? Possessive noun is my. Remember? My. Most of those that you can see from the examples are the possessive noun my. I hope that you don't mind my using your pen. Right? I hope that you don't mind my using your pen. My possessive noun is before the gerund. Don't be mad about my leaving early. So my again is a possessive noun before the gerund. I don't want your misunderstanding. So you is actually a possessive noun. You will be amazed by my writing. So it's also a possessive noun. So a gerund is a verb with which we added ing. If you look at the sentences with which the gerund is present, you can always see that the verb is beside the gerund. It can either be before the gerund or before after the gerund, or sometimes a possessive noun or a pronoun comes before a gerund. It comes before a gerund. So we already have this one, this activity wherein we know that the gerund of draw is drawing. Gerund of buy is buying. How about the gerund of play?
Playing.
Playing. How about dance?
Dancing.
Dancing.
Dancing. How about break?
Breaking.
Breaking. So it's very easy, right? You can actually see the or get the answer. Just always think about a verb added with ing and it will now be a gerund. Right? It will now be a gerund. Okay. So we are done with this. Thank you. Do you have some question regarding gerund? Regarding gerund. Do you have some questions regarding gerund?
Nope.
Take note. We always use gerund in our sentence, but we sometimes um, doesn't know that we are already using the gerund. And what is actually the function of gerund in a sentence. So what does gerund do in the sentence, right? So it acts as a noun in a sentence. So that is actually the function of gerund in a sentence. Maybe you are going to wonder, oh, I saw a sentence. The sentence doesn't actually have a, it doesn't actually have a noun present inside the sentence because I can only see the verbs wherein the verbs were being added with ing. So it is now considered as gerund. And that gerund plays as a noun in the sentence. So take note, a sentence is actually, what is a sentence composed of? Subject and a verb. Because most of the time, the subjects are the noun, right? Or the subjects are actually the noun in the sentence. It can be a pronoun, a noun. So these gerund can also be a noun in a sentence. Understand? In the very good, you are always taking notes. So I hope everybody will also have to take notes so that you, when we when we discuss something, you will easily remember, okay, I have this one, right? Okay, so we will proceed with the infinitives. So you don't have some questions regarding gerund? No more? Understand already the gerund? Yeah. How about infinitives? How about infinitives? What can you remember about infinitives?
Is a verb combined with the word to.
Okay, a verb combined with a word to play, to go, to see. So that is actually infinitives. So what is an infinitive, by the way? We know how to use, or we can actually determine the infinitive in a sentence, but what is actually an infinitive? What is actually an infinitive? Who would like to read? Who would
Me.
like to read? See. Okay, me. Tristan.
Yes.
Sit. Okay.
Infinitives. An infinitive is a verb combined with the word to.
Okay.
Most often, an infinitive acts a noun in the sentence. Less
Okay.
frequently, it acts as adjective on or an adverb.
Okay.
For example, I want to go to home early today. I
Okay.
hope to be chosen as a member. I
Okay.
prefer to go to there earlier.
To go there earlier. Okay. Thank you very much, Tristan. So if you look at it, again, an infinitive is also a verb. It is also a verb wherein, okay, wherein it is being combined with the word to, to. But most often, it acts as a noun in the sentence. So it's just like a gerund. It's just like a gerund wherein the gerund and the infinitives, they both act as a noun in the sentence. So less frequently, it acts as an adjective or an adverb. An adjective used to describe you, di ba? Right? Used to describe things. And then adverb. Adverb are verbs being added with ing. So it is actually verb being added with ing. That is actually an adverb. So what are the examples? I want to go home early today. Where can we spot that infinitives? The infinitives is actually to go. To go. That is actually the infinitives. I hope to be chosen as a member. Member of what? Of a dance troupe, of a choir, something like that. So I hope to be chosen as a member. To be is another infinitives. And then the next is, I prefer to go there earlier. Okay, I prefer to go there earlier. To go, again, to go. So when we talk about infinitives, we need to consider various rules in writing sentences. So these are the examples. These are the examples. You have to explain your reasoning in detail. You have to explain your reasoning in detail. To explain, it is an infinitive. You might wish to act as a teacher. To act is an infinitives. And then, to leave for a vacation is my only wish at this time. To leave for a vacation is my only wish at this time. Okay, to leave. And then a common mistake in a relationship is not to trust the other person. A common mistake in a relationship is not to trust the other person, because maybe who are those students who were able to attend the class of Miss Michelle, teacher Michelle, before, about the comprehension, reading comprehension, something like that. If you look at it, if you were able to attend the said class of the Michelle, teacher Michelle, you can actually see there are questions with which you are actually being asked to at least identify all those present in a story. What are those that you can see inside the story, especially the parts of speech and those um, that is actually considered in writing. So if you look at it, I was able to substitute for teacher Michelle after a while. I was able to learn those words that I can see from the story. So the story was actually taken from uh, uh, a, a, a university in US. It is actually an essay. It's specifically it is actually an essay about something with which it is actually from a prestigious university in America. So I was able to see all those things that was being used when they are actually writing a story or an essay, based on their writing subject. So these are the things that you need to look at. Be very observant, especially for those things that you are not very familiar with. So you need to look at it. You need to at least be able to spot what was being used inside the essay in order for you to create a very good essay. Okay, we do not just simply use the common words or the common what do you call that one, those things that we simply think about, but rather we need to at least expound our writing and be able to make a very good writing. Take note, when you are going to write an essay, you should always consider your readers. You should always consider your readers. What does it mean? You need to make sure that your readers will be very um excited to hear or to read your essay. The excitement or the suspense should always be present so that they will be very eager to read your essay. Okay, so that will be, if that will be the attitude of your reader, then your story or your essay must be very okay or must be very good. We tend to use things or words which is very common, and then if I'm going to read it, it has been I have been reading these kinds of words every now and then, and it's not very exciting to read, because I think I know what will be the ending, something like that. So you need to at least be able to use different words, different um use different English words in a sentence. So how can you do that if you do not know what are those words or what are those parts of speech or parts of things with which we are going to use in a writing or in an essay, right? And then these are the examples of infinitives. Look at this. Help me to save the trees. If you look at the, if you look at the sentence, it is actually an exclamation. It is using an exclamation point, right? It is actually using an exclamation point. So I can actually see or visualize that the one who is trying to tell us about the trees is actually very excited. Can you actually see or visualize by the use by just simply using the exclamation point? I can actually see, oh, maybe this one who is actually talking is very excited to or very afraid that the trees may actually gone because of the illegal logging. So that is why he is very I do not know if the word is actually afraid, right? But if you look at it, it is being exaggerated. And then look at this. To be mentally healthy, you must read books. So as I look at the sentence was written in a manner wherein it is kind of um it is a kind of sentence wherein it is not that predictable. Do you know what is predictable? You cannot actually predict easily what is this speaker is trying to tell us. So he or she may have used this so that we may anticipate what he or she will tell us next, right? Then this one, do you want me to fill out this form? So these are all actually using infinitives. So again, when we use infinitives, an infinitive is actually, it acts like a noun, take note, in a sentence. And an infinitive is actually a verb being combined with the word to, right? It is actually a verb being combined with the word to. So everything that you can see are the examples of infinitives in a sentence. So I will have to read it. It was nice to meet you. It is time to move on. I am young enough to change my habits. Don't forget not to make grammar mistakes. And then you are required to leave all your belongings here. So infinitives are always used, right? This is actually very necessary in a sentence. This can always be seen in a sentence. But again, without us knowing, we are already using infinitives. But we just do not know that it is already an infinitive that we are actually using in a sentence. Do you have some question? Anyone? I'm going to give you a quiz about gerunds and infinitives on Tuesday. Okay? I am going to give you a quiz
Okay.
about infinitives and gerunds on Tuesday. Okay, so don't
So
you
now?
have some questions?
This
Tuesday,
now?
next Tuesday. Next week.
I see.
Yeah. Okay. Another example of infinitives. Everything, if you look at it, I came to see a doctor today. You have to work harder. I need to take, right? If you look at it, I got closer to the speaker to listen. To listen is actually the infinitives. Be sure to check if you have tickets to check. I am going to buy. To buy is again an infinitives. Okay. Again, generally, it is not common to split to and the verb except or when you want to emphasize the verb. I want you to immediately stop doing that. So we are also using an infinitive, although it is the word to is not directly beside the verb, such as to immediately stop. Immediately is a word wherein it is used to emphasize the verb. You have to seriously work hard to succeed. Seriously work to seriously work. So seriously is another an exaggeration or emphasizing the verb work. And then you need to definitely explain your reasoning in detail. Definitely explain. So it emphasizes the word or the verb explain. So we do not simply say that to be, to make, to play, something like that is just an infinitives. But if we really try to understand the words, if the word actually is trying to emphasize the verb, then although to and the verb is not actually being combined together, or they are not beside each other, then it is still considered as an infinitives. Just always make sure to at least understand the words being used before the verb. Before the verb. Okay, wait a minute. I'm going to get my uh, charger. So it's almost drained. The laptop is almost drained. Okay, wait. Okay, sorry for about that. So I actually connected the charger because it will actually turned off if I will not be able to charge it. Okay, look at this. There is this um activity. Okay, it's very easy. Actually, it's very, I think it's grade 1, something like that. So all of the numbers are 1. Okay, fill in the blanks. We are going to use an infinitives in a sentence. Fill in the blanks. I am going blank learn English. What do you think? I am going blank learn English. What will be our answer? Can you understand? Do you know what should be the answer?
Yeah.
Anyone? Okay, I am going blank English. What will be the infinitives here?
Oh,
The verb is present.
I'm going to learn.
I am going to learn English. Number 2, it is common blank make a grammar mistake.
To make.
To make. It is common to make a grammar mistake. Did you come blank clean my house?
To clean.
To clean. It's very easy, right? It's actually very easy. Just simply identify the words which is considered as infinitives. So look at this. Commonly, an infinitive is used with the subject, it. Okay, with the subject, it. The sentence structure is, it is blank plus infinitive. It refers to the infinitive. This expression is used in many ways. What are the examples? It is time to do math. It is time to do math. It is actually a pronoun. Ano, it's a possessive noun. It is actually a possessive noun, and then it is actually connected with the infinitive, to do. It is time to do math. So we are actually referring to the infinitive. Okay, it is actually referring to the infinitive to do. Okay, it is common to think that way. It is common to think that way. So it again is referring to the infinitives to think. Okay, to think. It is appropriate to keep a low profile. It is appropriate to keep a low profile. It and then plus infinitives. It and then plus infinitive. And then it was nice to see you. So blank here is actually some words being added from it and the infinitive. It was my pleasure to meet you. It was my pleasure to meet you. If you look at it, is and was is just one. Is actually a present tense. Was is actually a past tense. They are both verb. They are both verb. It was my honor to have dinner with you. It is good to see you. It was great to go on a trip with them. So very easy. So look at this. Both gerunds and infinitive phrases can function as nouns. Again, both gerunds and infinitive phrases can function as nouns. We all know that earlier, right? This can become, the verb will become noun if the verb being made as gerunds and turned into infinitive, they will now function as noun. So gerunds and infinitives can follow certain verbs but not others. So there is this specific verbs wherein the both gerund and infinitive can follow, but not all of the verbs can be used beside the gerunds and infinitives. You need to remember which verbs can be followed by only a gerund or only an infinitive. So what are those words with which can be used only with gerunds? The verbs that can receive only gerunds are, look at this, consider, suggest, enjoy, deny, avoid, miss, mind, practice, postpone, resist, finish, quit, give up, and put off. So consider, how do we make consider as gerunds? It can consider doing, consider something like that. So these are the words which can be, or these are the verbs that can precede only gerunds. So we are going to place a or put an ing. And then these are the verbs that can precede only infinitives. Offer, decide, hope, attempt, promise, agree, afford, deserve, refuse, undertake, learn, fail, seem, appear, tend, pretend, choose, demand, desire, guarantee, claim, manage, determine, expect, want, and wish. So many words or so many verbs that can precede only infinitives. Precede only infinitives. So another words that can precede either gerunds or infinitives without changing meanings. Continue, like, love, begin, start, propose, neglect, stand, and aid. So we can use this one as gerund or as infinitive. So it can, these are the verbs that can precede either gerunds or infinitives, but it doesn't change its meaning. And then another one, verbs that can precede either gerunds or infinitives but change meanings. Forget, remember, stop, and try. So it can precede either gerunds or infinitives, but take note, they can create different meaning or they can change the meaning. So forget, remember, stop, and try. I stopped watching the movie. So I no longer watch the movie. Okay? And then I stopped to watch the movie. I stopped what I was doing to watch the movie. So these are the things with which it can actually change its meaning. The first one, we have used the gerund, with which it means I no longer watch the movie. And then the next one is that we actually used an infinitive. Okay, we actually used an infinitive, okay, to watch the movie. So it means that I stopped what I was doing to watch the movie. So if you look at it, if you look at the sentences, they have actually different meanings. They make different meanings. So the first one is actually an example of a sentence using gerund, while the second one is actually a sentence with which it is using an infinitive. Take note, the verb that they are actually using is just the same. It is actually just the same. So what actually verbs with which we actually placed before the gerund and the what do you call this one, and the infinitives, the verb that we use is actually the verb stop. The verb stop, right? Precede meaning it is being written before the gerund or before the infinitives. How about this one? Take your ball pen and your paper with you. Then we will answer this one. Number your paper from 1 to 10. Number your paper from 1 to 10. Then we will see if we have the same answer or if we're able to be able to get a perfect score in this quiz, or I mean an activity. What do you think? Are you ready? So this is only how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. I mean 11. We're going to answer 11 blanks here. Let us see if you know how to answer this one. So we are going to answer either a gerund or an infinitive here. We can use a gerund or we can use an infinitive. Okay. Remember earlier there are words that you need to consider, right? What are those with which we can identify whether we can use a gerund or we can use an infinitive? So take note about that one so that you will be able to get a correct answer. So decided is a word with which it can only precede what? So what are we going to do? Are we going to use gerund or are we going to use infinitives? Are you done? I'm only giving you up to 7:50. Is it okay to have at least 7 minutes to answer that one?
Yes.
Yes, yo.
Yes.
Okay. So take note of the verbs that precedes the blank so that you know what are you going to use. Whether you are going to use an infinitive or whether you are going to use a gerund. Take note of the verb. I was actually looking at it. I almost uh, got confused about some words here. But then I looked at the different verbs. Okay? I look at the different verbs so that I will know whether I will have to use a gerund or infinitives. So we still have 4 minutes.
I know all the answers.
You get all the answers now?
Yes.
Wow. So I think that was Alfonso.
Yes.
How the others. You can place an emoticon thumbs up if you are done. Let me see. Who is this 4% 50-54? It's Alfonso?
Yes.
Ah, okay. Shitya, Audrey, and Shanessa. Audrey and Shanessa, they don't open their... I think Sir Harry is here. Good evening, Sir Harry.
Hello, Mom.
Hi, sir. I was not aware that you're already inside the
Evening, Sir
group.
Harry.
Hello, everybody. Now, I apologize. I forgot my cam at home. So I'm now in
Ah,
my office. How is
no.
everybody doing?
I am actually making them answer this activity, sir. We are talking about the gerund and the infinitive, sir.
Oh, okay,
Yes,
good.
sir.
Hi, Tristan. Okay, Inda is here, Hani is here. Now, this is the select student. Cynthia is here, Sanesha. Okay, so Audrey is here. So keep, on working hard, guys. Okay, I would like to share with you today. This is the story, okay? So,
Yes.
Mom Samira, do you know that about 3 years ago, okay, when we started this program?
Ah, yes, sir.
Yeah. So some of the parents, after a while they quit, right?
Ah, yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
they quit it. But then now they want to get in, but they couldn't because it's too far
Oh,
away. They couldn't. Okay.
yes.
The kid
Yes.
doesn't understand. The kid don't understand what we are talking about.
Oh,
Okay. Because of the listening. They have to have the listening. They need to understand what the teacher says, right?
yes.
Okay. Now, they do not have that. They do not have the most important tool to understand, okay, what people say. All right. But now they
Yes,
said, I
sir.
want to join. Okay, let's go ahead and join. But yeah,
Oh,
they couldn't make it. Right, Indah? Itu Febri apa katanya Indah? Indah,
Yes, sir.
okay. You know Febri, right? One of your classmates.
Yes.
Is she around here or not? Why?
No,
Audrey is here. Ah,
because she
no.
is sick now.
What is it, Indah?
She is sick now.
Ah,
Oh, she is sick. Okay. All right. I hope that she can join, soon because she already missed the class for about a week, right, Indah? She's still sick.
In the school, she
Uh,
is sick.
oh, okay. So yes, Mom. Go ahead, Mom.
I was telling them, sir, about the reading comprehension, the lesson that was being taught originally by Teacher Michelle. And then
Mm,
I actually substituted for Teacher Michelle, right? Then I was talking
mm,
about the said essay that was being taken from the from a university, some
mm.
prestigious university. So that is why I emphasize these infinitives and gerunds, because we tend to make an essay but without us uh, knowing that we already used the gerund and the infinitive, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes, yes, yes. I think this class is, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 classes. If they consistently, okay, attended the class, consistently attend the class, they will
Yes,
be
sir.
on top of everything, okay? Top of everything. But the one that already missed the class, they cannot join this. a frustration for them. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Betul nggak Tristan? Tristan, di kelas kamu gimana? Kamu paling pinter bahasa Inggris, right? You are the smartest kid.
Yeah,
Okay, what grade are you? Are you a 4 or 5th?
5.
Okay,
Same
5th
with
grade. You,
Alfonso.
yeah, with Alfonso. I didn't see Alfonso because this is Wednesday. No,
No,
this is
sir.
Tuesday.
This is
Alfonso is here,
Tuesday.
sir. His name
Uh,
is 5040 something.
uh-huh.
He's missing
Oh,
another
50.
name, sir.
The one
Wow.
who raised hand.
Oh, okay. So I think Tristan and Alfonso are, okay, the smartest kid in his class. So what the teacher said,
Yes,
Tristan?
we're both is too consistent.
Yes, need to be consistent. Gurunya bilang apa, Tristan? Kamu mute. Ada komen dari teacher. What the teacher said about your English language, Alfonso?
The teacher didn't say anything.
Or didn't say anything? Okay, no comment. How about Alfonso?
Same.
The same. Okay, so keep on going, guys. Okay, so you won't believe it. Okay, what going to happen to your future? Okay,
Yes,
mom,
sir.
I let you go, mom.
Thank you very
Okay,
much, sir.
Thank you.
okay, all right, everybody, goodbye.
Bye,
Study hard.
sir.
Goodbye.
Bye, Cynthia. Bye, everyone.
Bye, sir. Happy trip.
Mhm.
Okay, so I was not aware that Sir Hard is already inside the Zoom. So it's good thing that we have these kinds of activity, right? Okay, so are you done with your activity so that we may be able to answer it? So the key here is to listen. You need to listen. So every now and then, if we have this kind of class, you need to listen. Sometimes you do not understand what I am actually talking about, but if you simply listen and ask some of your friends to at least translate it with you, you may be able to understand the things that I am actually saying. I know everybody here is not that quite knowledgeable regarding English, right? But I know also that you are trying your very best to at least understand what was being taught. Right? I am actually very happy with those students such as Inda, Tristan, Alfonso, Hani, and Shitya is actually trying her best to at least be able to participate. And then some of the students, I know they are actually quite new with the class, but I can see them listening, right? So you need to listen. You need to be observant. Okay. Who would like to answer number one? You may check your own works, okay? Then tell me who got a perfect score or what will be your or what are your scores. I decided blank, leave the job. I decided blank, leave the job. What do we need to, what are we going to use here? Are we going to use a gerund or are we going to use an infinitive? What do you think? Anyone? Inda. I decided blank, leave the job. Decided, the verb decided, which precedes this blank. What are we going to use? Are we going to use a gerund or are we going to use an infinitives?
Infinitive.
Yes, it is infinitive. So what will be our correct answer here? I decided blank, leave the job. So
I
what will be your
decide
answer?
to leave the job.
I decided to leave the job. Very good. Check your answer if your answer is to leave. To leave the
Yay!
job. Yay. And then she pretended, okay, take note. She pretended blank know me. She pretended blank know me. What will be our answer here? Are we going to use an infinitive or are we going to use an adjurand?
Infinitive.
Infinitive. So what will be our answer here?
She pretend to know me.
She pretended to know me. So the correct answer is to know. So if your answer is to know, then I check your answer to know. And then number 3, he desires blank be a professor. He desires blank be a professor. What are we going to use? Infinitives or gerund?
Infinitive.
Infinitive. So what will be our answer?
He desires to be a professor.
He desires to be a professor. Very good in that. So the correct answer will be to be. Okay, to be. If your answer is to be, then check your answer. Number 4, who would like to read?
Me.
Okay, Alfonso.
The company considered sell its main building.
Okay, what are we going to use? Gerund or infinitives?
Grunge.
Gerund. So what will be the correct answer for this one?
The company considered selling its main building.
Very good. So if your answer is selling, then you have to check your answer. Selling. The company considered selling its main building. Okay, number 5. Who would like to read number 5?
I don't know.
I don't know. Who would like to read number 5? Just simply try.
Answer is that.
Huh?
What answer is that?
What answer? Okay, I will have to ask you first. What are you going to use? Gerund or
I mean, my
infinitive?
my
Huh?
response
Here
is
is infinitive.
I think I don't know.
You do not know? Okay, I think I know the answer.
No. I mean when you say who want to read this? Yeah, I say I don't know. What's the
Sorry. Okay, so Alfonso do not know who wants to read. That's what it is, right, Alfonso? Okay. Can you
My
read number
answer.
5?
Oh, okay. I expect blank at this game.
Okay, what are we going to use? Gerunds or infinitive?
I am using infinitive
Okay, so what will be your answer?
to win.
To win. So the correct statement would be, I expect to win at this game. So if your answer is to win, then you have to check your answer. Very good. Okay, number 6. Who would like to read number 6? Read and answer number 6. Honey. Honey.
Do you
Who would like?
en-
Okay.
do you enjoy blank care of your pet?
Okay. What are we going to use? Gerund or infinitive?
Mm, Zero.
Gerund. Okay, so what will be the correct answer? The correct answer would be, do you enjoy taking care of your pet? So meaning you need to answer taking. T-A-K-I-N-G. Taking. So if your answer is taking, then you have to check your answer. So we need to finish this one, okay? Just bear with me for a few minutes. So number 7, she hopes blank on a vacation. She hopes blank on a vacation. So what will be our answer? Okay, these are the answers. I almost forgot to open it. So we are correct about that one, right? How about number 7? How about number 7? Who would like to answer number 7?
me?
Okay, me. Answer number 7.
She hopes to go on a vacation.
She hopes to go on a vacation. Let me see, let me see, let me see. Very good. If your answer is to go, then check your answer. Next, number 8. Did you fail blank the exam? Did you fail blank the exam?
Passing.
Passing, is it passing?
Yes.
Are you sure? Ah, passing, passing, passing. Let me see, let me see, let me see. To pass. If your answer is to pass, then you have to check your answer. Did you fail to pass the exam?
No, I didn't
Yes.
fail.
Okay, number 9. They want me blank this position. They want me blank this position.
Yay.
What should be our answer? Gerund or infinitives?
It's infinitive. They want me to
Infinitive.
take this position.
To take. Okay, if your answer is to take, then you have a correct answer. Check your answer. How about number
Yay.
10?
The last one.
The last one. It is great here that they agreed the land.
Oh, to hear. And
It
to
is
hear.
great to hear that
It's
they
great to
can.
hear that they agreed to share the land.
Okay, let me see. Let me see if you have the correct answer. To hear. Okay, check if it is to hear. And the last is to share the land. Okay, so if your answer is to hear and to share, then you need to check your answer. So who got 11 over 11?
Nope.
Nobody? 10 over
Again.
11.
Me.
Me, Alfonso, 9 over 11.
Me.
Tristan, 8. 8. No? 7.
Me.
Shitya. Shitya, very good. 7. Nobody? 6. Again, nobody? 5.
Nobody.
Nobody. Okay. Nobody but you. Okay. So I
Zero over
think
zero.
you're 0. Okay, so we
No.
are going to have that kind of quiz. Would you like that? So we are going to have that kind of quiz. So
Okay.
be able to go back and read your notes or whatever it is.